When it comes to advocating on behalf of Israel, there are good news and there are bad news. The bad news are the following. We're talking about a conflict that in the worst case scenario is thousands of years old and starts from biblical times, and in the good case scenario is about 100 to 200 years old. We're talking about a conflict that has had so much material written up about it, so many different experts talking about it, that if you went online today and just Googled the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, you would come up with countless sources that you would have to read, and the amount of information that you would have to be able to study and digest would be endless. In effect, making it an impossible mission. The good news is that you don't need to read all of these sources, and you don't need to understand and know by heart every single incident and fact that relates to this conflict. Don't get me wrong, and this website will provide you with reading material. But at the end of the day, there are 7 principles, 7 ways of looking at the conflict, consider them analytical frameworks, that if you use these principles, will allow you to engage anybody about anything relating to the conflict in a way that at least allows you to make some kind of headway. It's not about information, it's about knowledge. It's about your ability to navigate the discussion in a way that helps people understand what you have to say more effectively. So we've developed 7 principles. Every one of these principles is a different tactic, a different approach that you can engage in when discussing the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. And using these principles, you can also deepen your understanding of the materials that you read. You don't have to read all the books, but you do have to understand these principles. And if you have a good grasp of these principles, then you're much more likely to have control of a discussion and be able to navigate it to the place you want it to go to. This should provide you with everything, having a huge knowledge base.